Welcome, Healing Shame with Jeffrey Wayne. Again, playing around with that intro. Hope you're liking it. Welcome. It's March 17th, Monday morning. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's next when it comes to my dental treatment. So, if you are following me, you'll find that we have to pull the plug on orthodontics right now. I have to pull the plug on Invisalign. Currently on tray 24, which is the last tray of the series. And I went to an orthodontist office here in my hometown here in the United States. They showed me with an x-ray, I had significant bone loss on one tooth, lower tooth, and then a little bit on another tooth on the lower incisors as well. So basically what's going to be next is I have a periodontics appointment to address the bone loss and the gum issues. And that's going to be next month, in roughly about a month. Now, basically what will happen is this is going to be tricky because I have the aligners on, and they're going to need to be working on the gums and the bone down in there. So basically what's going to happen is they're going to perform surgery. He's going to have to cut the gum tissue, pull it back, and then put some bone graft in there. Now the bone can come from various parts of my body, or it can be from a cadaver, donor graft. They could take some bone out of my shin. They could take my nose always itches when I do these videos because I got hair tickling my nose right here. And they could take some bone out of my shin. They could take some bone from back in the third molar, which is a wisdom tooth. I got plenty of bone back there. Bone's pretty thick back there. Take some bone out of there, out of the shin, out of the pelvic area. So they could take some bone from a variety of different places. Basically what they do is they put the bone in there to stimulate more bone growth. Try to regrow the bone that's been lost. Alveolar bone is what it is. And this needs to be regrown so that the tooth can stay in and doesn't fall out. Now, on top of doing the bone graft, they're going to also have to do a tissue graft. So they're going to have to cut some tissue from the roof of my mouth or maybe somewhere else, and they're going to have to suture it on top of that where the bad gum recession is. It's really one main area. That whole bottom part's pretty bad. But one main area is going to have to be done for sure, and that's this lower incisor there. So we got some work to do, and it's not going to be cheap. So trying to find a way to fund it is going to be a challenge, and I only have a limited amount of time to try to square all that away before the appointment. So I'm feeling stressed here for sure. But all of this could have been prevented, of course, if this had been treated when I was a teenager. But that's neither here nor there. It is just part of the deal. We have to accept what's happened and then, go on from there. But it's disappointing. It's costing me a lot of money to fix this myself. And it's not fun. It's not a fun process. So, since this is healing shame, of course, I know that the critic can very easily jump in there and tell me, you should have never done anything to begin with. You should have never even tried to get your teeth straightened, because look what happened when you got your teeth straightened. That's the disease talking. So, no other way to put it except that's sickness, that's disease. Nobody in their right mind would let your teeth sit there and be crooked and brown and ugly and, unhealthy unless they're in a disease state. And so the fact that I took action to try to fix them was progress. And then there are consequences. There are consequences of trying to get yourself healthy. And sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's trial and error. But the fact that you're trying to get healthy means that you're not in a disease state anymore. You're not letting your body just break down and be unhealthy. So, but this is going to require some patience, some diligence, some faith. I'm trying to put, some faith in whatever's out there, my higher power, that I'll get through this okay financially. Like I said, I have no idea. It's going to really put a lot of strain on me to deal with this financially. So I'm concerned about that, irritated about a lot of things, even having to do this because of the damn dentist in Thailand. But I just wanted to share it with you, kind of what's next. So basically, the question is, once he's done this procedure, can I wear the aligners? And I've only got a few days left on tray 24, my last tray, before I should switch to retainer. Now, technically, I could wear this for 2 weeks, or a month maybe, but this plastic's not thick enough. It's going to start breaking down and not being able to keep the teeth straight. They'll start shifting. So I need a retainer ASAP. In order to get a retainer, I really need to have these attachments removed. All of them possibly removed to get a good fit for a retainer. I don't have to do any cutouts or anything. But I can't get any reply yet back from the orthodontist I saw here. He seemed all great and nice and wonderful about taking these attachments off. Now it's been almost a week. They haven't contacted me back about anything. So I'm a little concerned about that. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. I'm just glad I'm getting my own apartment. That's going to help give me my own privacy and space to process things. It'd be good. But so that's kind of where we are with things. Thought I would just share it with you, and let you know what's going on. So, lot to do, a lot to think about, a lot to research and investigate. And if anybody's in this situation like me, if you have any possible issues with your gums or whatever, please don't commence Invisalign until you get that taken care of. That's important. Okay. Till next time, guys. Peace. All the best.